What has this pandemic ruined for you? I was meant to be getting married in 5 weeks. Also, I work in aviation. My whole future has been turned upside down over the last few days. I'm in Australia BTW. I was watching the local news and they interviewed a police officer and asked what has changed in the past few days. He said that with everyone stuck at home, domestic abuse has gone way up. Shit. Man. Imagine being in an abusive relationship. And now you're locked in with that person 24/7 and you can't leave the house. That makes me very sad and I wish there was some way to help. Seeing as I have the virus, 25M, and have spent the last 2 days sweating, with a fever bouncing all over the place, and a throat that is in massive pain, I would say it ruined the past few days of mine. Having loved ones in nursing homes that are closed to visitors, the rule is completely reasonable and necessary. Still, we miss each other. They feel isolated and lonely as they are not physically able to talk on the phone, hard of hearing, too, and have no one to spend time with them. I think the fatigue of such a life can be quite draining. I don't think the problem is that men do not talk about their feelings. I think the problem is that they often don't have someone to talk to. In addition, it can be quite hard to make new friends, especially when you are past your 20s. You know, people you are potentially interested in are married and have kids. They are preoccupied with their own lives. I felt very lonely and sad after my last long-term relationship ended. It took me over 6 months to find new friends and I'm a hardcore extrovert. Still, I made a bunch of new friends within the past year or so. I'd like to encourage anyone who feels lonely to put yourself out there. Talk to people. If you like them, ask them if they like to hang out with you. Do you know how I became friends with one of my best friends? I straight up told him that I felt lonely and that I like him and would like to become friends with him. And for those of you who already have plenty of friends and a busy life, maybe make some room for people in your community who aren't as blessed as you are. I'm a restaurant bartender in Florida. This was going to be a really busy spring break for us after a slow winter that got me behind on bills. They haven't told us to go to takeout only yet, but I feel like it's coming soon. A girl complimented my nose 4 years ago. Weird, I know, but I still remember that compliment. Respect for my boss. He's been peddling conspiracy theories and says that this is no big deal and people are overreacting. Nobody can work from home, even though most only need a computer with internet to do our jobs, and is refusing to implement any preventive measures. The kicker. He's the health and safety manager. I manage a grocery store. This pandemic has ruined my faith in humanity and broken my heart at the same time. I have seen a side of people that I never want to see again: ugly, vicious, self-centered, fend for yourself attitude. I desperately just want every customer to be well stocked and ready. I want myself and my employees to be safe and not verbally and or physically abused. I want myself and my employees to feel well rested again. And I don't want to see fear/sadness in people's eyes when they need something and either don't have the money for it, it's out of stock, or they're just scared for their future. I had my first trip to Italy booked and it was going to be the trip of a lifetime and now it's cancelled. So many responses are around supposed cultural insistence that men be tough or stoic. But over the last few decades there has been a huge cultural push to make it okay for men to be sensitive and share feelings. An American male is way more encouraged to express his feelings than he was in 2000, or 1990, or 1980. Has this correlated to a decrease in the male suicide rate? Is there an objective increase? Or is this all perception based on increased information availability? Real questions. Was supposed to go on my first date in about 2 years yesterday, but she has to be quarantined for 2 weeks. My business has to declare bankruptcy. I have to fire 5 people with no financial support to offer them and I myself will be homeless. So pretty much ruined my life. How could anyone think they are that alone? People's reaction to men on the verge of suicide. OMG. He's so creepy. He's such a downer. Stay away from him. He's such a freak. You Can you imagine even living like that? Pathetic. What a loser. So cringe. It's pretty much this. My dad has emphysema and has started showing signs of having contracted the virus. So I have to sit here and watch him get sicker and sicker every day. He can't get tested until symptoms get worse. I'm preparing myself mentally for this virus to kill him. He's always had health problems. And we are careful to make sure he doesn't even contract the common cold. This has been a nightmare. It's ruined my state of mind. My everyday life. My everything. A friendship. My best friend is still having a wedding tomorrow. We live in the US in a place where it's gotten pretty bad. Literally everything has cancelled or asked her to reschedule, but she said no. Instead, she got an Airbnb and is doing it all herself despite the rules and guidelines. I'm the maid of honor. I had to tell her yesterday that I couldn't go because I didn't think it was safe. She did not respond well. Like at all. I have a lung condition and my partner has asthma. It made no sense for us to go to a gathering like a wedding right now. She told me that I was choosing fear of a little virus over her special day. I've tried calling her several times and she won't answer my calls. She said she is disgusted by me. Everything about this ducking sucks so much, and based on her reactions I don't think she will ever see it from my side. I was supposed to fly to Berlin to celebrate my 20th birthday cancelled. So I decided to invite a few friends over to celebrate at home, cancelled as well. Ended up celebrating by myself with pizza and Rainbow Six Siege. My last semester of college. Our spring break got extended a week. And then we're finishing the semester online. Graduation ceremony cancelled. We're all just going home. After we move out, I won't get to finish out with my friends and my college experience is just over. School year is ducked. Might not be able to go to my dad's for April vacation. Stuck in the house with 5 other people. My birthday, which is next week. I was meant to go for a rare night out with friends, but cancelled it due to coronavirus. I wanted to bake a nice cake, but I'm weirdly out of flour and there's none in the shops. I at least managed to secure a box of cake mix, but I had really been looking forward to making something a bit more fancy. Oh well, at least I won't have to wake up early for the school run. Not me, but my mom. Her birthday is on March 17th and she wanted to go to the casino and out to eat lunch, but then all casinos and sit-down restaurants closed, so she was really bummed. We ended up just getting Taco Bell since she likes it and we don't have fast food often. I guess for me, the pandemic has ruined my mental health a bit. I've always had high anxiety, but lately my anxiety has been way too high because the virus is all I hear about. But the main reason I'm super anxious is because my mom has breathing problems, so I feel like it'd be really bad if she got the virus. And she still goes to work several days a week because the place we both work at, gas station, hasn't closed. Staying at home and doing nothing. I'm 24 and live with my parents. Mom has gone a bit crazy, telling me that I can't leave the house, so I must clean the whole thing from floor to ceiling. Was shopping for a much needed new car. Until the event industry shut down, there went a down/monthly payments. Upside. Old car still okay and little need to drive. My friend who has been given everything in his life told me to be grateful. Fuck him. He's had every opportunity in his life given to him. Legacy student despite his 2.5 GPA. Given a 7.0K job in rehab because a fellow junkie took pity on him. Maybe men kill themselves because, like me, they realize the system is rigged and that most have no ducking chance. I have Crohn's disease that I've been struggling to get under control again since July last year. Now I can't even go in for follow-up treatments under the new Surgeon General restrictions. Just pray the meds I have now will start working again. Also, the lack of toilet paper is just infuriating. As someone who has to go several times in one day. Stop blaming every problem in history on men. And masculinity. And whiteness. Stop telling men to check their privilege. Stop telling men in poverty that they are somehow making money off the oppression of minorities. Stop calling all men sexist. And saying that all men are sexual predators. Basically, Have society treat men freaking decently again. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm in Chile. I left about $6,000 worth of stuff in Argentina. Borders are closed now. So yeah, at least I think I still have my job when I return. A wedding. My honeymoon. Concert, and no doubt I will catch it, so hopefully not my health. All selfish things at the minute, but that's all I've lost currently, and I would rather keep it that way. I don't get a college graduation ceremony. And I'm entering the job search at the start of a recession. Thank you for the gold. This makes my positive COVID-19 test result that I just got today a little less sucky. And knowing it isn't just me, just a white male, going through life, feeling like I'm not allowed any problems because of my privilege. This is amazing to read. Reddit. Fuck, I just want to feel better. Trip to Europe where I was going to propose to my girlfriend in Paris. You ask us to open up. Then when we finally do, and eventually things don't work between us, you find comfort in letting all of our private information out. This is why men don't open up. It's not because society taught me to be this way. Experience did. My mom knows too much thanks to y'all, and this isn't just a one-time thing. I literally just got a call from the company where I'd applied for a job last week. Said they were interested in me, but due to Corona are not hiring anymore. They'll call me in 1 month to further discuss it, but all predictions say it'll even be worse then. So that's great. I'm worried about NYC. It's a very interconnected place. Unaccustomed to being isolation or self-sufficiency. We live our lives in public, we hang out at cafes, stores, parks, and bars because our apartments are cramped, and we eat out constantly because the food scene is great. Grocery shopping in the city is hassle. And sharing cooking space with roommates can be tough. We ride the subway or take Uber pools to get around. We even do our laundry in public at laundromats. It's very difficult and uncomfortable to sustain oneself in just a few hundred square feet of, often shared, space. Quarantine is a massive shift in the usual flow of goods and services. Rent for commercial space is astronomical. So many places that closed for this pandemic might never be able to open again. I hope all the restaurants, coffee shops, museums, and independent bookstores will be able to bounce back after this. But I read somewhere that the city might see devastation akin to the Great Depression. I hope that isn't true. Telling my family and friends in person that I am pregnant. I have dreamt about this for a long time, and after a year of trying, we finally got a positive pregnancy test. We wanted to wait for our 12-week scan. So we knew that the pregnancy is healthy. Right after our scan, we made plans to visit family. We got to tell my mom. And then out country went into lockdown. The rest of our family is located all over the country, and we can't really get to them. So I guess we are doing this over the phone. And do more for people struggling with drugs, alcohol, and PTSD. But I'm not sure we will. I know this is not nearly as horrible as what other people are dealing with currently. But since you asked, I have cancelled my baby shower plans. Also won't be celebrating my 10 years remission from cancer, wanted to do something with the family, and there's a possibility my mom won't be able to help with the birth of my first child or get any visitors in hospital if things continue like this or escalate over the next few months. But this too shall pass, and I'm looking forward to that. I was supposed to meet with college psychiatrist to get new prescription for my antidepressants. But now my university is closed. I have no way to contact a psychiatrist. And all private clinics do phone consultations only. And guess what? Phone calls is something that terrifies me the most in this world. So I'm left with pills for 10 more days. And then, well, we'll see ////////